Ladies and gentlemen, show of hands, how many of you watch the news, listen to NPR, read the newspaper, that sort of thing? Awesome. Okay. Now let's take it one step further. How many of you all read something news related via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat? Okay, a few more hands. Interesting. I want to make a point to you today that social media is seriously dominating various aspects of our lives. Four ways social media is dominating aspects of our life is serving as a news source, acting as a big brother, redefining our message effectiveness, and serving as an on-demand source. How is social media serving as a news source? Well, while there was this big headline I read in the news, I also came to know about it actually via social media, Facebook first, of a doctor being dragged off a United airline. How many of you guys heard that story?
Yeah.
He was assaulted so seriously that he was pulled off with a bloody nose. Same thing with the North Korean refugee. Sharing her horror of an experience of a limited and tyrannic lifestyle of those in power to her people. So tragic, and news are currently circulating via various forms of social media. And this is how we're being made aware. Now, something via a questionable news source from Newslow. Republican bill to test poor people's actual hunger via every food stamp use, sorry. Isn't that outrageous? So just about this article is saying that before they actually use their food stamps, they're gonna have to test their saliva. It's completely outrageous. Seriously, how fabricated can news get? Additionally, are you aware that this serves as a catalyst to destruction of human relationships and interpretations of one's values? For instance, during the election, people actually unfriended people due to their posts representing their political values. Now, this is beyond reasonable limits. Now, these are also from opinion-based sources. There are some credible news sources and from reputable sources like New York Times, CNN, Fox, BBC, or even the Washington Post. For instance, I enjoyed a recent article by the Washington Post about how they transported a photon via a satellite. They transported a photon from the Gobi Desert to the China Messiah satellite. And I would have never known about it had I not read it on Facebook. I tell you what, if I get a good deal, I'm totally going to look into getting teletransported to Tahiti or the Fiji Islands. Why is it when I log into Facebook, I see random ads of stuff I just looked up on Google? Sure enough, within minutes, Big Brother has eavesdropped on my searches and is popping all sorts of news-related ads all over my Facebook feeds. You know, this is what I did. I turned off my computer. I turned it back on. I wiped out my entire history. I went back and turned on the search engine, and I went to Google. And no disrespect to my friends here, but I went ahead and typed in, I have no friends. Clicked on a couple random sites. I shut it down. I opened up a new search engine, and I went to Facebook. And sure enough, they had Meetup advertised, as well as they had on my newsfeed Plenty of Fish and other dating sites. Unfreaking believable. I'm actually starting to fear what I'm being tracked and looking into, what I'm being programmed to look into, and what categories this is putting me into. We are really turning into an on-demand society via Facebook. Now, thanks to Facebook, Snapchat, news is happening now. I'm a member of this group called Happenings in Castleberry on Facebook. Within seconds of anything happening, a police car, a gunshot, we already see what's happening. Right away, we see a post about it, and within 30 seconds, we have 10 other people commenting on that same post. It's pretty unbelievable because it takes not even my neighbor that long to come over to my house and tell me what's going on. You know, people are, you know, it's okay. It's ironic because it's incredible how Facebook Live and Snapchat videos we can watch from the convenience of our own phone, you know, as opposed to just waiting until we get home just getting on the couch, flipping on CNN or News 13. Final point I want to drive home, how before, when we were having face-to-face interaction, everything was qualitative. You use someone's gestures or facial expressions, that sort of thing, to gauge how effective your message was. Now if you go online, the way you gauge your effectiveness of your message is by the number of likes, favorites, retweets. And it is something that is really different and unique about online interaction. Speaking of tweets and retweets, did you know that President Trump, during candidacy, and even now, uses Twitter as a means to connect with a population of individuals who perhaps reside on social media and following the happenings of the world via tweets, posts, and stories? But hats off to the president for investigating that means. After all, it may, and I say may, have been pivotal in helping him win the election. How do I know this? You ready? I read a tweet via tweet, shared it on Instagram, which was linked to my friend's Facebook, and then shared on Snapchat. Where is the world going to be? It leaves us curious with new technologies, forums, platforms, and media's rising. How is it going to affect our society? And is social media going to continue to be a growing epidemic as it has been? Let's recapitulate here. It is serving as a news source, acting as Big Brother, redefining our message effectiveness, and serving as an on-demand source. What next? I challenge you to see if you can go the next 24 hours without social media. I want you to try calling up a friend, reading a newspaper. Just cut it out of your life for 24 hours. And then the next day, I want you to go on Facebook and like it all tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.